G'day guys, welcome back. In this video we're going to start adjusting the character sheet for the inventory tab. What we're going to do firstly is set this sub window so it's wider and taller, and we're going to reskin the inventory frame. We're going to keep it otherwise the same, and we're going to reskin currency, otherwise keeping it the same, and we probably can reduce this down to one line or close to one line as possible for total weight, and we'll probably utilize the rest of the space on here for something else, but maybe not in this video. So again, from the character sheet template that we've downloaded from the Ruleset Wizard website, we've got a file here for car sheet inventory, and we can see we've got all the elements in here. So I'm going to dive in and start reskinning some of these things. First up, on the car sheet, I'm going to check the dimensions of one of these larger frames. The notes, we've got 580, 560 and 5, and we're going to find inventory, and we're going to change it 580, 560 and 5. The rest of the dimensions stay the same, and we're again also not changing the class name or anything else with this. The rest of its properties will stay the same on that front sheet. Okay. Over here we're going to do much the same. 580, that's a bit big, 560, and all of the elements will start an extra 5 pixels off on the left. So I delete header. Not sure what that is. We will see. It is an invisible element. It can stay off the screen, which is fine. So let's just move that one first off the screen. Let's grab this frame, and we're going to change it to frame window list. Okay, and obviously we've got some text elements in here: count label, name label, location, weight. Not that one. The rest of these are all text, and so we can change the font, reference H, and the color to white. We can set this one to starting at 5 left, so we've got to move some of those elements over by 10, and over here this can go to 560, it will go to 555. Okay, so we want to grab these elements here and move them over, and we want to grab the elements on this side and move them over just 10 pixels. Initially, the scroll bar, let's move it right over to the edge. Now, as you probably know, I'm not a big fan of that scroll bar. It works, and it's really hard to come up with a better one. It really is. However, it doesn't really go much with most of the other themes, but it is quite a challenge to actually reskin, I always find. So let's have a look at what this looks like when we push it. Okay, not quite. We're missing something here. For some reason our frame hasn't appeared, but the skinning elements have worked. We're obviously going to have to work out one for this icon because it needs to be reversed for our situation. I reduced the size of this element in the Ruleset Wizard by 5 pixels just, and now it displays. So I have seen something like this before. Now, because I'm editing the existing one rather than doing it my way I actually set the frame on the window list and then use offsets to add the other bits and pieces. We've got some slight discrepancies. So I'm going to just bump this back to 554, which is 1 pixel less than the screen, and I think that that should work. I'm going to now have to find this icon and adjust it. So how do we do? What we do is do the debug on and put our mouse over the icon, and we can see that it's called carried header. So I need to go search in Core RPG for carried header. Control find carried. Let's put that on the screen where you can see it. Carried header, and we're going to find in files, not more core RPG. This is a previously unpacked one, but it's in a subfolder, so it doesn't get picked up by the game when it tries to load various rule sets. And that way it was also dated, so I could also pull up some earlier versions and check them. Carried header didn't come up with anything. carried underscore header it might have been. So we go there. So it's a generic control, and there's an icon here. So let's do, again, finding files for that. And that will tell us the file name, so car-inf carried header PNG. Graphics icons. Car-inf chat car-inf carried header, and it's hard to see again because it's on the black background, but I think that that's the right icon. I'm going to carry that one and put it into my graphics editing program, which is too big for the screen. And that is the correct one, and we're just going to simply try and we'll create a new layer. We'll duplicate the layer, duplicate, and then we will go colors, invert. Alright, see if we duplicate that a second time, it becomes a bit lighter. Hard to know for sure. Alright, let's see what this looks like. We'll go File, Export As, and we want to go to Recently Used Icons, which is in my current rule set. That's fine, we'll keep it with that name. Export. And then we will use the new import tool to bring that in to Fantasy Grounds. So we've got a new icon in here somewhere. Okay, and we find our rule set wizard, and we can drag this across to icons or up here to icons, but we want it to go into this folder. Hopefully it does put it there. I've done it properly. Yep, but I do also have to just open it so that the game recognizes it, close it down, and then we should be able to pick it from here and hopefully that will pick up the new white version. Okay, not real sharp, but it has worked. But I think also we might move all of these up just a fraction. We can add inventory items here. We should also be able to create an item over here, and alright, we've got some item here called the Horn of Helmdeep. We should be able to drag that across to our inventory tab. So I'm going to tidy up these shortly, but what we're going to do is bring the encumbrance, I think, over to here, the total weight carried down here. So total weight carried, what we have to do here is shorten this list by around 18. So 238 to 16. Same with this one. Let's shorten that one. 212. Let's lock both those elements. Let's grab these ones, move them up, lock them. It's going to be locked as well. Okay, and now we're going to move total weight carried and this item. I'm going to unlock them, I'm going to move them over to here. Pretty close, at least for the moment. What we're going to do is change this frame to number box, which has less padding. Then we can change the height to 20. The width here can be 40. We want the font, I think, because we've made this less imposing, we might make the font a bit darker. Reference B. Black will be fine. Let's line this up. Now these may be stacked. No, they're not. So that's fine. That's all good. We can get rid of the rest of this frame. And let's push this out and see what it looks like. Okay, we've got no weight for these items, which is fine. Let's go check them out. Unlock it, and we'll call it a weight of 1. And these two unknown items we can get rid of. Our total weight carried did not update. Okay, what have we got to do here? There is something missing. Okay, I remember something about some changes in Core RPG. I'm going to script here, add a new script. Let's see if this works. In the script here, I'm going to just do, we want to add this in. And I think that might be all I needed to do to add this back in. We'll find out in a sec. Okay, fingers crossed, take a breath. Total weight carried is 1, awesome. If I increase this to 2, that's working. If we add a new item here, gold rations, again with weight 1, and we drop one of these on our inventory, that's awesome. So we've got 3 horns and 1 rations, total weight carried of 4. Okay, so that script there, this was a change in Core RPG, and we need to update, or we need to add this script in because it's not automatically added in on all Core RPG rule sets yet. It's included in Core RPG, but it's not executed for everything. So anyway, that's the fix for that. I think we'll wrap this video up now. Thanks, fellas.